Okay, today one of the things I'm going to show you how to make is a clothespin monster. I don't know how close I need to get it, but he's real cute. He's pretty easy to make, and I'm just using purple because I like purple and it was out. So, but you can use any color of any of the things I showed you right there. So, what you got to do first is you got to paint the clothespin. And this is the clothespin. This is the kind you need to have because it won't work with the other kind. Okay. Now I'm not going to do the whole thing on here because you've got to let it dry. And I wanted both sides painted and the sides. So it took, I had to do one side. I did the upside and maybe one of the other sides and then let it dry before I did the rest. Because I just don't want to hold it while it's messy and stuff, so I guess if you could hold it if you wanted to and get all paint all over you, that's just not my choice. But I painted the inside of everything, and I'm just doing kind of a slapdash job right now, just to kind of show you what I did. Just paint. That part's pretty easy. And you let it dry, and while it dries, you can get some yarn. I use red, and I just have some scrap yarn. You can use any color you want. Make sure your family, if somebody has yarn, that they're not, if I'm on the end, that they're not going to use it for something. You always have to make sure, because we're always using stuff somebody else might want for something else. But you take the yarn, and if you're a child, you might use all 4 fingers because your fingers are small. But as an adult, I'm just using 3 fingers to wrap the yarn around. And we'll use that. You wrap the yarn around. Doesn't matter how much or anything. That's the easy part. Now I'm going to get some yarn. Oh, there's the end. And cut a little piece off and tie it around the middle. And you make a double knot. That means you put one end through the other, underneath the other, tie it tight, and then you do that again. That's a double knot. It's hard to show, but I'm just putting one end under the other. Now, after that, cut the ends like this. And kind of trim them if you want to, if you want them a little more even. Okay, I'll do. And then, I forgot to bring the glue over, but you take glue and you just put the glue on the inside on one side, and then you stick the hair, that's his hair, in there, and just clamp it closed. And then you can glue on an eye or 2. You can use more than one eye. I have an oblong eye you can put on the front of them. You just glue them on the front however you want to. And if I can get off my finger, glue it on the front. And then for the arms, you take a piece of pipe cleaner and then cut it in half and put it through. See the holes in the spring? That's why you can't use the other kind of clothespin. And then you put one bead on, don't matter what color, whatever color you want or you have. You bend the end over like that, and then twist it so it'll stay on. And that's his hands. And that is simple. And the thing that takes the most time is painting and letting it dry. So that's kind of that's how I got that. It's hard to do when I didn't have the glue and you have to let it dry and all that stuff. But you got the general, I think you have the general idea of how that works. Okay. And I had him standing earlier. I could get him to stand because I could change that and make it balance. I don't know if I get him to stand this time. Huh. Oh well. Oh, there he is. There he goes. Make him stand. Or if you have any magnets, you could put, or little magnet strips. You can get them at the store, probably any craft store, and just cut off some and put it on the back, and you can stick them on the refrigerator. And you can make more than one. I just made one. Okay, now I'm going to move everything